So if you have considered transferring a plant from soil to pond, then this video is for you. So I've been using pond for almost 2 years now, and just simply put, I love it. It works, it's effective, it's more clean than soil, and I specifically use Lechuza PON, and it comes with a 6-month fertilizer as well. So it already has those like added, benefits with it. And it just works for me. And so I'm a very big advocate of it, especially lately. I've just been transferring a lot of my plants to pond. And if this is something you want to do, then don't think anymore. And so I have been transferring a lot of plants, especially recently, because it's just easier. And I use a lot of the glass containers for my pond, and it's easier to see like the water level. You don't have to worry like, oh, guessing is a soil too wet, too dry. Like you can just see the water level and everything. So it's just a win-win situation. And so if you do want to transfer your plant from soil to pond, obviously the first thing you need to do is pick out your plant. And so for today, I will be transferring my Calathea, my Orbifolia. Don't ask me why I have this plant. This is the 4th, 5th time I have it, whatever. I'm going to be transferring that one because the other times I have had it, it was in soil, and I just feel like it will do better in semi-hydro, and that's also another benefit of pond, especially for me. For plants that I personally don't do well with that were in soil and I put them in pond, they thrive. And so I'm like, okay, let's do it. And so what you want to do first is, of course, remove most of the soil. And so technically, if you do use Lechuza PON, on the back it does says it's okay if you leave a small amount of soil on the roots. And I have personally done that, and my plants are completely fine, but obviously personal preference. So you don't have to like squeaky, like scrub it clean. It's gonna be okay in my personal experience. And so I'm just gonna go ahead and take this to the sink and remove most of the soil, and then I'll be back. Okay, now that most of the soil is removed, I already picked out my container that I'm going to use, so it's a perfect match. And also my beautiful Anthurium veitchii, my philodendron gloriosum, they're in the same setup too, and it's cute. Okay, and so I always personally, I fill the bottom with leca, especially because pond, it is they're tiny rocks. And so they can like easily get slide through the hole. So I personally fill the bottom with leca. You don't have to. You can fill the whole thing with pond. This is just what I personally do. And so I will just layer the bottom, and then I will continue to fill it with pond. And that is like honestly so easy to do. And now that the plant is planted in the substrate, you can just go ahead and put it in your whatever container that you're personally using. The next step is obviously to fill it up with water. For me personally, I go ahead and fill the water up. Some people only do 1/3 or half or just below the roots. For me, I fill it up, and I haven't had any issues with it, but that you have to choose what works best for you. And so basically that's it. And I have, like I mentioned earlier, transferred a whole bunch of plants to pond. And if you want to see more videos like this, then go ahead and click this playlist.